So, sorry about canceling that last video, but when I fucked up on the national anthem, I was like, nope, I am not having this shit. When I bombs bursting in midair, speaking of bombs bursting, how about bombing on the national anthem? So that's the thing of it. I canceled my last Facebook Live video because I bombed miserably on the national anthem. And I'm like, nah, that's cool. I'll just save that for Independence Day when I know. I ain't gonna be done by the thing. But I had to put the guitar down for a minute because that was kind of frustrating. I pushed myself to get better at guitar, and I still fuck up on the national anthem. That's, the extent of it. I mean, can't say that I like fucking up on the national anthem, but it is what it is. At least I know how to play it. That's the important thing. But that's no excuse, Facebook. No excuse at all. Not a whole lot, Justin. I'm about to go collect more wand wood here in a minute. I mean, I have a bench full of sticks right now, but it wouldn't hurt to have a couple extra. So I'm going to try to get a duffel bag full of wand branches that I can carve. And that usually involves me riding my bike or walking with my duffel bag and my branch clippers to a certain location to get sticks. What kind of trees do I use to make my wands? At the moment, it's whatever branches that I can get a hold of. What kind of wand do I prefer? Wood do I prefer making out of wands? The freshest, if I can. Something that's not too terribly cracked and not too dry. Sometimes when the bark's a lot fresher, carving that bark is sweet. Cutting a branch from a fresh tree, you literally, the bark just comes right off. But if you soak your branches in water before you sand them and cut the bark off, then theoretically speaking, You get a pinch of your cigar tobacco and your pipe tobacco, and you mix it together in the same bag. It's convenient to a point. Humans are natural born complainers, Facebook. It's what we do best as humans. We complain about shit. So for one person to sit there and say, well, all you men do or all you women do is complain, it's kind of unfair. And what you mean to say is, no, all you people do is complain. Because unfortunately, men and women will complain about the things that each other do, and then often do the same shit that they give other members, including themselves and other people, the same shit for doing what they do. It's like, the fuck? You know what I'm saying? This is what I find quite ironic about it, Facebook. Is that if a guy has standards, he's a pig, but if a woman has standards, she's just being a lady now. What the fuck is that shit? Now think about this. If a guy says he has standards, he gets called a pig. Some women would argue with him and say, well, all women are created beautifully, blah, 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 blah. You think they would make the same fucking argument when it's someone they're not into hitting on them? Some creepy ass fat dude covered in Cheeto stains looking at her like, yeah. Getting fucking to you, she's like, and it's like, well, wait a minute. You're gonna call me a pig for having standards? I mean, that's kind of unfair, but okay, that's life, That's life in a nutshell. That's exactly my point. I don't really have a dream wood when it comes to making the wands. I get what I can get and carve what I can carve. And then I'm snapping from carving and sanding, then it is what it is. That's why it helps to have multiple branches. It's a nice enough day for a bike ride anyways. I've gotten some rather interesting comments from idiots in this town. And all I'm doing is getting on my bike with my duffel bag. Maybe I'm going to a liquor store. Maybe I'm going to collect wand wood. And it's like, fuck your stupid comments, man. I'm making money selling wands on Etsy. What the fuck are you doing with your sad, miserable life? And I literally have no escape from harassment sometimes. I'll get it online to an extent, and I'll get it on here in town from small town gossip and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Fuck them. I feel summer creeping in, and I'm tired of this one horse town again. Oh my, oh hell yes, got to put on that party dress. Well, you shouldn't be singing some Tom Petty, goddamn. Do it right, mister. How about Damaged by Love by Tom Petty? Now that's an impressive vocal range. Like, oh shit. Got the King Cobra can sing like Tom Petty, he can sing like Elvis Presley, he can sing like the Beatles. Da, 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 da. So these stupid trolls on Reddit are just doing my dirty work for me. If I'm on the second page of Reddit, for fuck's sake. Yes. When you're on the second page of Reddit, because that's how big of an impact you make on the world. That's great. That is just fucking fantastic. No, I did not eat that calzone yet. I had a slice of it earlier. It wasn't too bad. I shouldn't have put cereal in it. That made it kind of burnt in the middle, but other than that, it wasn't too bad. But surprisingly, the burnt taste of the cereal when I cooked it, or that calzone, actually complemented the peanut butter. So it was a weird sort of taste. Yeah. Because I know Facebook be like, we don't give a shit if you're singing songs in your page. But YouTube be like, well, you can make a video with lyrics and play it for free on YouTube. But if you make a video of yourself singing it, you might get copyright infringement. So then what? That's when you have platforms like Facebook where you can legitly show off your singing abilities. And as long as you gave credit to the artist and want to have your own, see what the problem is, because you're not allowed lyric videos to be made. Why would you restrict somebody from being able to sing this song on YouTube? I mean, in both incidences, they're getting played for free. So what's the difference other than one's a lyric video, one's someone covering it or matching it or whatever you want to call it? There's a reason why you let your peanut butter and jelly calzones cool off in the fridge before you cut into them. Because as soon as I cut it into 4 serving sizes, boom, it stayed in there like it was supposed to. Instead of oozing all over the goddamn piece of stone. I went to record part 2 and the record wasn't done right. So people are seeing me throw it at this massive calzone together, like, what the fuck is this shit? As a matter of fact, if you don't believe me, I'll have to fire up the YouTube camera right quick. Let's see. Turn the sound down on the computer just a little bit so it doesn't make it all echoey. We can't have that, can we? New video recording. Alright. Part 1's been uploaded, so people by now are going to be going, well, we want to see part 2. Where's the, yeah, there we go. There we go. Slick. Get this set up just right. There we go. Righteous. Okay, Facebook, I'll be right back. I gotta get this video set up. I'll pull a slice of that calzone out. Do a review of it for YouTube. Cut a slice of it out. That's basically what it looks like, Facebook. Now when you keep it cooled in the fridge, and then you cut into it, you see all the peanut butter and jelly sticks onto the inside of it. And you basically got a giant peanut butter and jelly sandwich right there. I'm just saying. Alright, let's get this YouTube video started. What is up, fellow tubers and social medias? So here's what that calzone looks like finished. Now I took this knife right here and cut the calzone into 4 pieces. That way we can get a nice cross section of it before I eat it. This is part 2 of that crazy calzone video I was doing earlier. Might have to turn the sound down on the video just a little bit, because the wind blowing through the window is picking up on the microphone. There we go. And, well, if you don't got a pizza cutter, a nice large knife like this will definitely get the job done. I do have a pizza cutter, but I grabbed the first thing I saw. I do have a circular pizza cutter, but I grabbed the first thing I saw. And this is basically the results of that crazy ass calzone recipe that I did on YouTube. After rolling that calzone, I put it in the oven for 420 degrees for 28 minutes. And yeah, buddy. I mean, you could have peanut butter and jelly between two slices of bread, or you could bake it into a calzone. You know what I'm saying, YouTube? Or about 4,000 calories a slice, but there you go. I'm doing a live Facebook video here, and people were wondering if I had eaten the calzone yet. I'm like, no, I'll try to record a video reviewing this item of mine, and first time I got to record the video for YouTube, it didn't record properly. I'm just like, what the fuck is that, Asperger's? What the fuck is that bullshit? The second piece is a lot tastier than the first piece, as weird as that sounds. But yeah, this once I let it cool down, YouTube, all that jelly and peanut butter stays in the middle, and you basically got a giant peanut butter and jelly sandwich. I mean, shit, if you wanted to take a roll of pizza dough, peanut butter jelly, Nutella, bananas, cooked bacon, with some yogurt, some like creamy vanilla yogurt, roll that bitch up, paint it with some melted butter and some brown sugar and some cinnamon and some regular sugar on the outside. And you bake it for the same temperature, 420, 28 minutes. Boom. Although if you're putting Nutella and peanut butter and your favorite jelly and some bananas and cooked bacon, and that's all you want to put in there, that's fine too. Actually, it sounds good as fuck. Now, the only limit you can have is what you put in it. So that's just it. You take whatever ingredients you want, put it between dough, bake it, and you got a calzone. It's just that simple. It's not an authentic calzone, but making the dough from scratch takes for freaking ever. This is a calzone at a much more convenient pace. And using pre-made pizza dough allows you to, you can do a pizza, you can do a calzone. It's just some weird shit, YouTube. But it's not bad. Like, if you don't want to add the cereal, the Pop-Tarts, and the marshmallows to it, and just want to do the peanut butter and jelly, shit. Either way you shape it, this is how you make a giant peanut butter and jelly sandwich. I mean, for real. The cross section is freaking massive. Now to recap, we got mayonnaise, peanut butter, jelly, strawberry Pop-Tarts, marshmallows, and Raisin Bran cereal. The raisins work with it. The cereal gets all hard and overcooked into the calzone, and it gets a little burnt. But it works with the peanut butter, surprisingly, but I wouldn't add cereal to it next time, to be honest. But it's good enough. And get this burnt taste with the marshmallow coming in on top of it with the peanut butter, so it's like you're having a s'more almost, but not quite. I mean, yeah, it's not bad. It's not the worst thing I've cooked. But that's the fun of winging it on recipes. Is sometimes you'll discover shit and then you'll be like, oh, wait, this is really good. I don't have to remember this one. And then you get something like, okay, that's all right. It's passable. You got a cute-ass chick coming over for a date, and it's a cold, rainy day. Put on some hot cocoa, make a giant peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Cut that bitch in half and light some candles. There you go. But yeah, that's just not bad, Joe. It's decent enough. Now, I thought I was going to have to cook it for a bit longer because of the two crusts, and nope, that wasn't even the case. Using 1 to 2 sheets to make a giant ass calzone. It's kind of cheating, but it works. I mean, it's not as authentic as going to a pizzeria, but at a convenience known as making it yourself. Get some peanut butter and jelly and bacon in between some dough like that, and then put bananas and Nutella on the top of it with bacon strips if you don't want to do it on the inside. When it comes to food, there's a world of opportunity out there. You never know what you're going to discover just by experimenting with taste and shit. And some of the shit I've cooked up in the past is pretty weird, but yeah. And people gonna be watching that first part like, the fuck is he doing? And there's the second part of me eating it like, whoa. Now, if you're gonna make something like this, like I said, as soon as your 28 minutes are up, you take it out of the oven, stick it in the fridge, let it cool down to a cold sandwich consistency. So that when you cut it into serving slices, it all stays in the middle of your bread. You try doing that shit when it first comes out of the oven, I guarantee you it's just gonna ooze out the fucking middle. But there's a reason why what I did right there worked. Because as soon as I cut into that calzone, when it was cold enough, the peanut butter and jelly didn't go nowhere. It stayed right there. I don't even want to think about how many calories are in each slice. I quite honestly don't give a shit. Because one, I have a high metabolism. Not only do I have a high metabolism, but two, I got one life. Live it. Trying crazy, wacky, random shit. This is how I live my life, man. Pretty much doing the same thing that I did earlier with the cooking video in part one. It's a big slice, too. Now, one of these slices, holy shit. It's a goddamn peanut butter and jelly sandwich on steroids, man. I mean, if you want that magic combination for that delicious crust, right here. Just saying. 420 degrees, 28 minutes. If you have the pre-rolled stuff, that's all you need. And then you get that nice golden brown flaky crust. It's fluffy on the inside. It's got a nice crunch on the outside. It's got a very delicious crunch on the outside. Very fluffy and chewy on the inside. So if you're making pizza or calzones with pre-made dough, I'm telling you, YouTube, the proof is in my hands. That's the perfect combination, Facebook and tubes. And then when you make your own pizza, you can have fun with it too, you know. Now, if you're breaking up with your significant other, make them that I'm breaking up with you pizza. You're all at some giant ass pizza. Slap it on their fucking door. No, I'm just kidding. Why would you disrespect pizza like that? What the hell's wrong with you? Why would you give somebody pizza if you're breaking up with them? Just like somebody order a pizza, like, no, man, I didn't order a pizza. They open the pizza, and it's this big round pizza, and it says, fuck you, written in with pepperonis. You can't tell me that wouldn't be awesome. They'd be like, what? And they sniff it, and it's legit pizza, and nothing's wrong with it. It's just, yeah, dude. That would fuck with people so hard. They'd be like, what the fuck is this shit? It's like, welcome to the fuck you pizza delivery parlor. How may we take your order? And they're required to curse at you every time you order a pizza. Well, thanks for choosing a fucking pizza. You have a nice fucking day, huh? No, could you imagine if that was a restaurant, YouTube? Oh my god, dude, that'd be horrible. So you want a large meat fuck you pie, alright? You want that with extra cheese? Alright, we got you. Fuck you, pizza delivery parlor. It's real fucking good pizza. No, they couldn't, legitimately, they could not get away with doing that, man. So many people would be offended. They're like, oh, we don't care how good the pizza is. You can't call it that. That's offensive. Like, geez, where's your fucking sense of humor? Like, where the fuck is your fucking sense of humor, people? People are seeing part one going, scratching their heads going, I wonder how the fuck that's going to turn out. Yeah, she turned out really good. I did a brief video of it on Facebook Live. Fresh out of the oven, didn't even cut it up. They make something like that, that's big enough to serve a couple people, I'm just saying. Those 4 slices could have easily made 2 more apiece. Very easily. You cut it just like once it's cooled down to that point, you can cut it like a pizza pie. And that peanut butter and jelly ain't going nowhere. So if you wanted to serve it as like a rad dessert at a party or some shit, you could pull that off. People are like, what the hell is that? You just call that peanut butter and jelly pie. That's what you call it. Shit. Like, ooh, the try slice, and they're like, hey, what's in this? I'm like, well, there's bacon. It's already been cooked. There's bananas. There's Nutella. There's peanut butter and jelly in the middle of it, and it's been cooked. Oh, yeah. Step one, roll out your bottom layer. Put your bananas, peanut butter, jelly, pre-cooked bacon, Nutella on the inside. Step two, putting the top layer of sheet of dough on top. Pinching it all together and kind of, molding it. Step three, we're taking some like butter and glazing the top of your little pouch of goodness right there. Sprinkle on some of that cinnamon sugar and brown sugar, a light drizzle of Nutella on the top. Bake that shit for 420 degrees, or at, I should say, for 28 minutes. Boom. And these are all ingredients you can buy at the store, mind you, but you definitely want to pre-cook your bacon and make sure your bacon's cooked all the way through before you put it in the middle of your calzone. The same can be said for your eggs, your beef, your bacon, your chicken. Anything like that needs to be pre-cooked and cooked all the way through to a degree. Now with beef, you can get away with being a little bit pink in the middle, but things like chicken, bacon, and eggs, you want to avoid eating those raw if you can. Even raw beef you want to be careful with too, you know what I'm saying? But cool thing about calzones, YouTube, is that the only limit is what the fuck you want to put into it. You want to put a shit ton of cheese in there, put a shit ton of cheese in there. You want to put, and at that point, if you put a shit ton of cheese in there, let it cool off a bit. So it wasn't as stringy, but still a little bit stringy. Boom. If you took that same concept that I just did and made a pizza on top of it, that'd be crazy. You could literally make a pizza stuffed inside a pizza. That'd be nuts. So they make like one giant circular calzone with pizza toppings on the inside of it, and then flatten it out, and then make a pizza on top of it with the sauce, the cheese, and the toppings. Yeah, you throw all that shit together before you bake it. Oh, geez. People would lose their shit. They'd be like, what is this? And that's surprisingly easy to make with pre-made pizza dough, man. You feel what I'm saying, tubes? So really all I need is pre-made pizza dough with sauce and toppings in an oven. That pizza stone. Or a baking tray of some sort, which can all be found in any store or what sort of thing, yeah. Of course, if you try doing a pizza with a stuffed pizza on top, with the pizza on top, they'd be like, that sounds like something healthy junk food would do. Yeah, it does. That sounds delicious. And they probably already have, so I'm not going to do it. I might just do it for the fuck of it anyway, because it sounds delicious. Yeah. I'm actually subscribed to their channel, so I can't hate, because some of the shit they make is pretty good. It looks pretty good. That giant sushi donut, I was like, oh, that looks so good. I wanted to smother that in wasabi and just eat it. Now here in a bit, YouTube, I'll be collecting more wand wood. But right now, I figured I'd film the second half of that there cooking video. Part one's probably got a lot of people curious. The hell is the cross section gonna look like? What's it gonna taste like? Right off the bat, when you had the dough, the peanut butter, the jelly, the marshmallow, all had a very nice, chewy, delicious consistency to it. And then the crunch of that cereal kind of threw me off a little bit when I first tried it. I was like, huh. Okay, but that second piece was a lot tastier than the first piece. Maybe it grew on me. Or maybe, I don't know. But what I do know is that that's what it looks like when it's done. It's that magic temperature, people. If you got pre-made pizza dough and you're going to make yourself pizza at home without having to wait several hours for the dough to rise, there you go. 28 minutes, 420 degrees. Depending on how powerful your oven is, but that's what you want your crust to look like. If you want a nice golden, flaky outside on the crust, and then a nice chewy, fluffy crust on the inside. And you should have been in my apartment earlier when I was making that son of a bitch, man. That shit smelled good. Like the whole apartment just stank and it smelled really sweet. You could put steak in your calzones if you wanted to. You just have to pre-cook it. Cook it all the way through. Leave a little bit of pink in the middle, of course, because steak is delicious when it's raw. But I like my steaks bloody. I don't like them. You can't eat it raw, but bloody, yes. Bloody steaks are delicious. You take some red wine, some good old steak seasoning, and you cook and marinate your steak in the red wine with that seasoning. Oof. If you've never cooked red wine into your steak, YouTube, you're missing out, man. Getting ideas for cooking videos when I get some shit going. Imagine the content being produced once I build my dream house. It'd be some crazy shit, man. But there you have it. YouTube, part 2 of me eating that crazy ass looking calzone. Yeah. Catch you cool cobras on the flip side. And excuse me. In Germany, that's a compliment. I suppose, yeah. No, it's weird because in America, if you burp after eating, it's considered rude, but in Germany, in places like that, it's considered a compliment to the chef. Like, oh, the food was so good, it made me burp with delight. You know what I'm saying? So it's interesting how cultures differ around the world. You know what I'm saying? Like in America, this means peace, but if you go like this in Britain, you're basically doing this. Like, what the hell is that shit? Speaking of Great Britain, a circle of protection for Big Ben on its repairs. May they go as quickly and as safely as possible. Yeah. Because at the moment, Big Ben is down for the count. That would be like if Wyoming lost the cowboy emblem, so to speak. You know, that's kind of a staple of their history, you know what I'm saying? And it's one of the most iconic and easily most recognized clock towers in the world, for fuck's sake. I mean, people in Great Britain who are craving the sound of Big Ben can always look up a video on YouTube, but when you live in the area near it, it's just not the same as seeing it in person go, you know what I'm saying? Alright, tubes, I'll catch you on the next one. Alright, Facebook, so now we're going to save that video as Making the Calzone Part 2. Right into the calzone. Gonna eat yourself a calzone. Gonna be a part 2 anyways. This time it seemed to have saved and recorded properly. I don't know what button I hit. When I hit the stop button, like I had stopped recording and it did something weird for a second, but there we go. There we fucking go. Now YouTube will have a part 2 of me eating it. Just eat it, eat it, eat it, eat it. Of course, now that I'm off of the YouTube, can do that. No, there's something I haven't done, even though I did it earlier. I really haven't done a video of me playing guitar on Facebook in quite some time now. I've done a couple of guitar videos here and there on YouTube, but really haven't done guitar playing on YouTube on Facebook in quite some time. Tamp that delicious pipe tobacco, I hope. Well, let's see, where the bloody hell's the guitar pick? Bullshit. No, ain't that a kick in the head? Oh, there we go. That video uploaded to my desktop, and there we go. There it is. Like, where's the goddamn picking? Oh, it's underneath the keyboard, stupid. Why don't you look right there? There we go. Okay, then. Saw peoples. Time to bust out the spellcaster, it looks like. There we go. Gotta watch that pull off, man. you go, some guitar playing for Facebook. If you could even call it guitar playing. I wouldn't call that guitar playing, though. I call that crap, but that's just me. I don't consider myself to be a good guitarist, but at least I play because I can. See, all these cigarette butts are pretty clean. Yep. And you put out. I can't really play a damn to save my life, but, you know, shit. At least I attempt to play. I'm not really looking at anything, just kind of chilling out right now. But there you go. Another guitar video on Facebook.